Welcome back to Ronin Recap. Now on to the next chapter.
When the students said this, they subconsciously looked at Lin Fan with mocking eyes. At the same time, they secretly distanced themselves from Lin Fan. It was as if being too close to Lin Fan was a loss of status. Qin Yuxuan was the only exception. After entering the private room, Qin Yuxuan's beautiful eyes quickly scanned the room. When she caught sight of Lin Fan, she paused for another 2 seconds, causing their eyes to meet. The two of them looked at each other and smiled. At this moment, silence was better than words. Soon, exquisite dishes were served and filled up the large table. There were fragrant beef ribs, steamed fish, grilled pork, and many others. I think there'll only be the few US today. It's a rare occasion for us high school classmates to get together. I suggest that we all raise our glasses to make a toast. Cheers! Cheers! The lively class reunion began. It had not been long since everyone tucked in when Hu Jinsong, who was wearing a checkered shirt, walked in. He first placed the car keys to his BMW on the table. "I'm sorry, my old classmates, I'm late. The traffic was too heavy." He cupped his fists. "I'll punish myself by drinking a glass of wine." After Hu Jinsong finished speaking, he immediately poured himself a glass of wine and poured it down his stomach. "Hu Jinsong, not bad. You've already bought a BMW?" Wang Hao asked curiously. "It's just a BMW 5 Series. It's nothing." Hu Jinsong casually waved his hand. "That's still a luxury car." Wang Hao exclaimed. "Nah, that's not considered a luxury car." Hu Jinsong waved his hands frantically and said, "You don't know what kind of car was parked next to me. That Lamborghini Aventador is so awesome. F***CK. A Lamborghini Aventador? We have this car in Zhongbei?" Shen Liang was shocked. "Yeah, I didn't expect it either." Hu Jinsong nodded. "A Lamborghini Aventador would cost almost 10 million yuan here. I wonder which godly tycoon it belongs to. My BMW only has 252 horsepower. The Lamborghini has a V12 engine with 700 horsepower and an acceleration of 2.8 seconds for 100 kilometers per hour. It'll definitely feel like you're flying." The more Hu Jinsong spoke, the more excited he became, and his entire body began to shake. Following that, Hu Jinsong's eyes swept across the room. When he saw Qin Yuxuan, who was like a fairy, his eyes lit up. "Beauty Qin, I didn't expect you to attend the class reunion today. I haven't seen you for a few years, and you've become more and more beautiful." However, Qin Yuxuan only smiled politely and did not say anything more to him. Hu Jinsong could not help but feel a little embarrassed. Then, he turned to look at Yang Wenshu, who had heavy makeup on, and her husband. "Beauty Yang, President Du. I didn't expect you two to be here. Today is a good occasion. I'll give you a toast." Hu Jinsong raised his wine glass and called out. "Hu Jinsong, you know Yang Wenshu's husband?" asked Wang Haoqi. "Of course. President Du is a famous big shot. It's all thanks to President Du that I could get my BMW 5 Series. Do you know what kind of car President Du is driving?" "A Porsche Cayenne," Hu Jinsong said. "Amazing. He's actually driving a Porsche. That's a super luxury car," Wang Haoqi exclaimed. "It's just a Porsche. It's not as good as that Lamborghini," Dulé, who had a beer belly, said with a smile. "Rich people nowadays aren't interested in cars much. They're more interested in watches instead." As Dulé spoke, he revealed the gold-colored Rolex on his wrist. "Rolex!" Hu Jinsong exclaimed, "You even have a Rolex?" "Yes, the poor are interested in cars, and the rich are interested in watches. President Du, you're indeed worthy of your reputation." "A Rolex? Furthermore, it's golden in color." "It's obvious that it's expensive," someone said in a low voice. Dulé said proudly, "It's not that expensive. It's just an ordinary Rolex, hee hee." Hu Jinsong gave him a thumbs up. President Du is rich, and Yang Wenshu is beautiful. You two are a perfect match. A match made in heaven. Speaking of which, there used to be a guy called Lin Fan in our class. He used his pretty face to pester Yang Wenshu. Luckily, Yang Wenshu didn't accept his confession. In order to please Yang Wenshu and Du Lei, Hu Jinsong twisted Yang Wenshu's failure in pursuing Lin Fan romantically into Lin Fan's persistent pursuit of Yang Wenshu. He was really good at twisting the truth. Of course, I didn't accept him. Yang Wenshu said. What's the use of a pretty boy? I was destined to marry Du Lei. As she spoke, Yang Wenshu waved the Gucci bag in her hand and threw Lin Fan a disdainful look. It was as if she was saying, Lin Fan, didn't you reject me back then? Now, in my eyes, you're just a poor loser. Since they kept picking on him, Lin Fan decided to stop caring about their relationship as classmates. Otherwise, others would think that he was a pushover. Lin Fan touched his chin and recalled, I was the one who pursued Yang Wenshu? Is that why she took the initiative to show me a certain part of her body? Oh, I think there are 3 moles on that part. After hearing this, Du Lei's expression transformed into a twisted one. 3 moles? It was Yang Wenshu's most private part. Yang Wenshu actually took the initiative to show it to Lin Fan? Back then, Du Lei married Yang Wenshu because she was innocent and adorable. Now, it seemed that she was not innocent at all. She was simply a whore. Honey, don't listen to his nonsense. Yang Wenshu quickly said. Humph. Du Lei only gave a muffled groan and ignored her. At this moment, Hu Jinsong seemed to have just noticed Lin Fan's arrival. He said, Lin Fan, you're here too? Yang Wenshu was the most beautiful girl in our class. It's not a big deal that you liked her. Who in our class didn't like her? We're just talking about some trivial matters that took place in high school. You don't have to be angry over this, right? He was obviously trying to say that Lin Fan was making up nonsense and being petty. Then, I'll talk about the trivial things that happened in high school, Lin Fan said. Everyone, do you still remember the school's dormitory manager, Auntie Wang? When Hu Jinsong was in his 2nd year of high school, he got together with her for quite a long time. By the way, are you two still together? Whoosh. As soon as these words came out, everyone's eyes fell on Hu Jinsong with incomparable shock. The dormitory manager, Auntie Wang, was almost 40 years old. She was short and fat, and it was said that she had never been in love. In fact, in private, many people called her an old virgin. Hu Jinsong and a woman like that were together for a period of time. Did he have such weird preferences? At this moment, one of Hu Jinsong's high school dormitory mates suddenly recalled that he used to play games with Hu Jinsong in an internet cafe until midnight. Despite it being past curfew, Hu Jinsong would bring him along and swagger into the dormitory. At that time, he was glad that the dormitory manager, Auntie Wang, had forgotten to close the door. From the looks of it now, it was not that Auntie Wang had forgotten to close the door but that she had deliberately left the door open for Hu Jinsong. Hu Jinsong's face flushed red as he shouted, Lin Fan, you're talking nonsense. When the crowd saw his expression, they immediately understood. All of this was probably true.
Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and see you in the next chapter.